be patient with each other, and I'll try to go through it not too slow so it won't be boring, and we'll just see what we can get through, okay?
Okay.
So do you see the first thing? It's called the money practice test.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Yep, that's the one. So before we go into it, can you see this if I hold it up or not really?
Yes.
Yeah.
So basically it's just showing that a penny can be written as 1 cent like that, out in words as 1 cent. Or what is this form of it, guys? When
1
it says
cent.
0.01 decimal form, good job. So this just kind of shows us to remember that the coins can be described and written in different ways.
Yep.
So on the first one, we notice that we have a dime, which is worth how much?
10 cents.
10 cents, yep. We have a nickel, which is worth how much?
5 cents.
5 cents.
5 cent, good job. And then we have a penny, which is worth how much?
1
1.
cent.
Good job. And then we have a quarter that's worth 25 cents, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to show you how my dad always liked to do his coins. Now, Robert and I like to do them in our head, and we like to start with the biggest coin of, or not the biggest in size, but the biggest in value. So the largest value coin in this first grouping would be what?
25.
Which one's worth the most? 25, absolutely, the quarter.
5.
So starting by in my head with Robert and I would start with 25. We'd go to the next highest value coin, which is what?
10 cents.
The dime, yeah. So if we're just counting by tens, we got 25 plus 30. Nickel, which is 5 more, we're at 35. We just want to count by fives now, so 35 to 40. And now we've got a penny. So 40 plus a penny
41.
is 41. Now that's how I like to do it, but my dad loves to do this decimal form. And it is a good way to keep accurate.
Yep.
So you would write out all your values of those coins in decimal form, and you would make sure you're keeping your decimal point lined up, right? Because
Yep.
if we move that thing around, it's going to change the value. And it makes it easier to work with and to add up when we put things in decimal form. So everybody
Right.
has their own approach to solving problems or dealing with money. So there's no wrong way, but I feel like the decimal form is just a good thing to know about because we will use it.
Yep.
And then could somebody tell me what that decimal point actually does for us? How does it help us?
Go in the front and then you make a little.
Show- It does have a specific place that it goes, and it's in between what, Ashley?
Goes in the front, you put dot,
Front
and
of
then
what?
the answer.
Yep, and who else knows what it's in between?
Yeah.
For instance, I got 40
Good
cent,
job. Do you agree with Robert, Ashley?
1
He
cent.
says it's in between the dollars and the cents.
Right.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it helps separate the dollars and the cents
Mhm.
and gives us an idea of what's going on. So when we came up with 41 cents, really, we had how many dollars? $0, right? All we had was
Yeah.
cents. But it's good to know that if we had dollars, we'd put it on the other side of that decimal, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so since we have a lot of interesting ones, let's skip to the next one, and you guys can work on these values. And whether you like to do it in decimal form or do it in your head or however you want to add them up, go ahead and do that.
Right.
So Miss Nash is going to switch us to the next worksheet.
This one right here.
Yeah, she's coming. Here it comes.
There you go.
It says who has the most. Yep. Find out how much money each salamander has, and then work out who has the most money. So let's look at Mr. Fraser. Do you guys see where Fraser is?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, the salamander is like a lizard. How much money does Fraser have? Who knows what this total in this box is?
That's
$7.25.
$1 in there. He's also got something bigger than $1.
I think it's $7.25.
So Robert went ahead and did it in his head, and he came up with $7.25. So for me, like some things I do in my head, other things when I get to more numbers, I like to write it out. So for me, I made Fraser's paper and I said, well, I see a $5 bill there, right? So I
Yeah.
wrote the 5, the decimal point, and 0 for my coins. Then I see he's got $1, he's got $1 there. Well, look, he's got $2
look at that.
and $0.25. So when I wrote out my numbers, what did I make sure I kept in line? What was that called again?
The dollars.
So I kept my dollars in this row. I kept my decimal points lined up, and then I kept my coins lined up. So when we do write it out this way, it's good to keep it lined up. So let's add it this way, and let's see if Robert's correct. So if we had 0 plus 0, what's that?
0.
0.
0 plus another 0
0.
is still 0 plus 5. What? What's 0 plus 5? Who knows that?
5.
Yeah,
5.
5.
Thank you, Carrie. Now in the next row, we've got a bunch of zeros and a 2. So what's the 0 plus 2? Is it 17?
2.
What's 0 plus 2? 2. Now, it's a critical step. What do I want to make sure I don't forget?
The dollars, the decimal.
I can kind of hear somebody saying, bring down the decimal point.
Yeah, that was me.
So I always want to not forget my decimal point. And then in the dollars, how many do we have? 5 plus 1 is,
6.
6.
and then plus 1 more.
7.
7.
So I'm going to put my 7 and my dollar sign up, because that dollar sign, it helps us know what we're talking about. We're not talking about M&Ms, right? We're talking about money.
Yeah.
So
money.
$7.25. That's right. Okay, let's keep track. So if you can, in the little part where it says Fraser, put $7.25. $7.25. Good job.
There's a lizard.
And the salamander. So the next salamander's name is Quadra. That's a different name. I've never known someone named Quadra.
It sounds like a lizard.
It's a lizard, a salamander.
Yeah, a lizard.
So Quadra,
There's a lizard right here.
look at how much money Quadra has. So let's try to do this one by counting in our head in a different way. Ready? So we got a $5 bill, right?
Yes.
5 plus a $1 bill is how much?
1.
If you got a $5 bill and a $1 bill, $6. If you add 6 to another one, how many
7.
dollars? 7, good.
7,
And we add another buck in there. So 7 plus 1 is how many?
8,
It's eight.
$8. But look at what else we have to add in, guys. What is this decimal? What is the value of this right here? Can you see it? It's 0.01. What does that mean? 0.01 in decimal form. Is that a dime?
Can't see
It's
it.
not
No. No.
not a dime, is it?
No, it isn't. The
penny.
next class down, which is
It's a penny, right?
Penny.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
25 cents.
So we're at $8 and we have to add 2 pennies. So how many pennies, how much would that be? $8 plus 2 cents. What's our total then?
1 cent.
So it'd be $8 and 2 cents, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So for Quadra, can you folks put in $8 and 2 cents by Quadra's name?
Yep.
Salad.
Wowee.
This one's a lizard too.
Did you guys see the Quadra? What's
Captain.
that say? Captain.
Oh,
Right,
Captain.
Thomas?
It's $8.35.
That was excellent.
Cents.
What method of adding up did you use? Did you put it in your head or did you write it down?
I did it in my head.
Good job. I agree. So for Captain, let's put $8.35, guys. Yeah, so it's 8 decimal point.
$8.35.
Yes, sir.
I put 3.
$8.35.
35 cents.
Yes. So the last one, what's that last salamander's name? You see it? What's his name?
That's the,
Thomas, what is it? What's his name though?
That was not so good.
Names. I've never known someone named Newton.
cool.
So let's see how much Newton has. Well, now I want to write this out because I'm getting a little bit confused. I just want to take my time. All right. So I'm going to write it all out. So I said Newton, well, he's got a $5 bill, right? Everyone see that $5 bill, Newton?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's got a $1 bill. Does everyone see that?
Yes.
Now, how many quarters does he have?
25 cents.
1, 2,
Quarters does
3,
he have?
3.
3. Good. Yeah, he has 3 quarters. And so what is the decimal value of a quarter? Take a paper up here if you can see it. I don't know if you can see where my face is.
It's 75 cents.
So a decimal value of a quarter is 0.25. That's how we write it. But it is worth 25 cents. You're right, Martha. A quarter's worth 25.
Right.
So I wrote down 3 because he's got 3 quarters. And then
Right. That makes 75
Newton
cents.
also has a dime worth 10 and a nickel worth 5 cents. Now, who can tell me the decimal form for 5 cents? How do I write that?
10. 5 plus 5 is 10. Carry the 1.
So before adding it, if I was going to write the decimal form of a nickel, how do I write that? If it's 5 cents, yep, Jason says it's 5 cents, and we agree that's our value, right?
Yes.
So we want to say, what's the decimal form? Yeah, Robert says
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, Jose, he's saying he's with us.
Yeah,
Very good, guys.
Yes.
So who knows how much Newton has if we're gonna add all of this up? Jose does. Jose's gonna tell us. Or
Okay.
he's
Yeah.
frozen.
Oh, 35, right?
Well, looking at Newton's cash and change, in dollar bills, he has 6.
I don't have it, I can't print the dollar, you can just.
Okay. All right.
And then in coins, what does he have?
Then in coins, and he has 90 cents.
Good job.
Good job.
I
So
agree with
six-
Jose. $6
Yeah.
Yep.
and 90 cents.
Cents.
90 cents?
How many?
Wait. 90 cents?
So it's $6. What did you say, Jose?
And 90 cents. 90,
Yes, sir.
90.
Oh, 90 cents.
$6.90. I
Okay.
agree with
Very
Jose.
good.
Me
Very
too.
nice.
So for
Very
Newton,
good.
let's put in $6.90.
90 cents?
Has everybody got that?
Yes.
So now that we have all the values for all the salamanders, which salamander has the most money?
Most money.
Mr. Captain.
Mr. Captain.
Captain.
Oh.
Yes,
You write it
because
down
look,
in here?
Frazier,
Captain
so
Morgan.
you can,
You can see it, right?
I didn't hear what you said, honey. Say it again.
You put it down here where it says, what do you call
Yeah, on
it?
the bottom where it says who has the most money, on the very
Mhm.
bottom, you can write the
Yeah.
word captain in, that name,
The-
which is the one that starts with C. Because if we notice, Frazier, well, he had 725. Quadra had 802.
But LTC,
Captain had 835.
35, right?
And Newton had 690. So yeah, Captain had the most money for sure. Good job.
Good
Yeah.
job.
All right, we can scoot to the next one. You guys are really doing good.
Just focus.
Thank you.
So can you see the next one?
Yeah. Oh, never mind. I put this seat.
Tell me when anybody can see it, because somehow I'm lost that screen.
It's right here. It's right here.
Which one is it?
It's the Tiger's Money Square.
Here.
Oh, the money square. Yeah, yeah, okay.
Oh, I do not see that.
The
Here.
one that's showing on the screen.
Yeah, it's
I don't know what happened in Ashley.
Okay. It's the one that has the squares.
Oh, here it is.
Hello.
Do you guys see it?
Yes.
Okay. Would someone like to read the directions for that one?
I don't have it over here, so.
Do not see it.
Okay. Robert's gonna read. Let's listen up, and Robert's gonna read us the directions.
Okay.
To play this challenge, you need to be close to two paints.
Good job. So Robert let us know that they said to complete this challenge, you need to use 3 quarters, 2 dimes, 2 nickels, and 2 pennies. And if you notice, they've got it all laid out for us up here, what we're able to
Holy
use.
moly.
So when we look at the square, do you guys see my face?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
So when
face.
you look at the square, there's 3 rows going each way. And it's asking you how many coins going across this top row can add up to make 36 cents. So I chose a 25 cents, which is what?
25.
A quarter,
Quarter.
right?
A quarter.
And then I chose a penny, which is 1 cent.
1 cent.
And I chose a dime, which is 10 cents.
Yep.
And that added up to 36 cents. So I was okay with that row. Now the next row, and remember, I want to use each of these things once up here. So I'm going to mark off what I used in the first row just to keep myself straight.
Yeah.
I used what, CJ? A quarter,
And
a penny, and a dime.
yeah. Right.
Okay, so
Very
now in my
good.
second row, I chose to use a quarter, a nickel for 5 cents, and a dime for 10 cents.
Mhm.
And that all came out to 40 cents.
40 cents. 40 cents.
So now I'll mark off that I used another quarter. I used what else? Who knows what else I used besides the quarter on the second row?
a dime.
A
A
dime
nickel.
and a nickel.
A nickel.
Yep.
A nickel 5.
Okay, so now I'm on the third row and I have up here left 1, 2,
Penny.
3 coins I haven't used. And I had to kind of play around with it to get the right order, but this goes across this way. 1 cent, 25 cent, and 5 cent
5 cents.
adds up to 31 cents.
31
Yep.
cents.
But then notice with the square, when you go down, it has to add up to 51 cents. So
Yep.
actually, this one did work out. But if I was to place my coin values in different orders, it might not work out. So I just it was just kind of a fun thing to see that you can play with the numbers and change them around. But what would 2 quarters plus 1 penny be?
50 cents.
25.
$1.
Plus 1 penny?
Dollar.
51, right?
51.
Yep.
And that's, oh good, actually that's what it says on the bottom.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That was kind of fun.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
True, true.
So let's see if we can get, is Miss Ashley here?
I think he's here.
No, I think she's
Alicia?
got off.
Yeah. Right there. You, Alicia.
Okay,
Alicia.
You need me?
is Ashley on it, or is the worksheet on there
Yeah.
on the computer? Because we lost that screen, we can't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not there.
It's not there.
Not there.
Okay, how about this? So I know everybody doesn't have one. Okay, let's make it fun for this last little bit, okay? Who doesn't have a worksheet? We can't see.
I don't have the worksheet.
I don't.
What
Okay,
worksheet?
so
Oh, that
I'm
one.
gonna read this next one,
No.
and let's see if we can answer it together. And I'm gonna try to show it to you. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. You got it? Okay, so,
Oh, that one. Yeah, we got that one. Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to hold it and not move. CJ's letting me use his just for a second.
Sorry.
So can you guys read how much the fruit costs, or is that too
Yeah.
hard for you to see?
Bananas 15 cents.
Apples 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much is the
Plum
orange?
is
Orange is 12.
12 cents.
12. And then how much is the plum?
It's 6 cents.
Okay. Now listen up. The first question. What is the most expensive fruit?
banana.
The banana.
Good
The one that
job.
costs the most.
Banana.
Very good,
Absolutely.
Jose.
Yeah.
Okay, listen up. Question 2.
See the
What is,
on the back.
how much do 2 oranges cost?
Can you guys,
14
hi,
cents.
I put the worksheet on the back. Can you guys see it?
Yes.
I got you. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Orange, if you buy 2, you can afford.
Wow, good job. And why is 2 oranges 24 cents, Jose?
Well, that's because each one was 12. So if you add 2 together, it's going to be 24.
Good job. So he noticed that the cost of 1 orange was 12 cents.
Yeah.
So he added 12 cents plus 12 cents. So that was 2
24.
oranges for 24 cents. I agree with Jose.
Yeah.
All right, listen up. Number 3.
3.
How much does a banana and a plum cost?
31 cents.
30.
How much did you say, Carrie?
31 cents.
21.
Did you say 21?
31.
31 cents.
No.
Well, so let's look at this. So
Yeah.
how much is a banana?
Oh, wait.
15.
Well,
Okay,
cents.
good job, CJ. A banana's 15 cents. And then how much is a plum?
6 cents.
6 cents.
Yeah.
So remember when we
Yeah.
said that if we want to add things up when we write them down, if we put it in decimal form, it's easier?
Yep.
Let's do that with this one because it's an odd number.
Yeah.
So I have 15 cents in decimal form plus
All right.
0.06, which accounts for 6 cents in decimal form.
And decimal.
And if we're going to add, we always start where? On the right, right? All the way on the
side,
right.
right column.
8,
So we're
9,
going to say
10.
5 plus
41.
6. Who knows that? What's 5 plus 6?
11.
11.
11.
11.
Excellent. Do I write it down here? Do I put 11 here?
1, just like you
Or do I
did, and
carry
then
my
carry the
one?
1. Yep.
Yeah.
11.
So now what do we have in
Oh,
this
it's-
column? 1 plus
ones.
1.
Yep.
2.
2.
It's 2.
2, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
21
But for now,
cents.
that just says 21. What do I need to do with my decimal point?
Bring it up.
Put it in front of the 2.
Oh, bye,
Yep.
Thomas.
Where it belongs. Right there.
Have a good appointment.
Okay.
Good job. Yes, so just bring it straight down right in front of the 2. So we know that's 21 cents, right? It's not $21. It's not 21 M&Ms. It's 21 cents. Good job. All right, number 4.
How much?
How much more, listen close, guys, this is tricky. How much more does an apple cost than a plum? Oh boy, when I hear this, when I hear how much more, am I thinking about subtraction or addition? How can I figure this out?
Addition.
Well, let's look at our values. So it says how much more does an apple cost than a plum? So first of all, how much is the apple, guys?
10 cents.
10 cents.
Apples was 10.
Okay, I'm writing it down. And I'm going to use decimal form so I'll be easier to add. And then how much does a plum cost?
6.
6 cents.
Good job, 6 cents. So I'm going to put 0.06.
Oh, 6, right?
Now the question is saying, how much more does an apple cost than a plum? Am I going to add or subtract that 6 cents? Because I'm wanting to, when they're really what they're saying is they're saying, what's the difference between those two prices? When they say how much more, they're just saying, what's the difference? That's all. So when we find difference, we do subtraction. So let's put our subtraction in.
Subtraction.
And I'm always in favor, if you have a calculator, get used to using it because it's a great way to double check things. But if we're not using the calculator and we're doing subtraction, we have to start on the right as well, just like with adding. And we want to say we have 0 and we're going to take away 6. Can we do that?
You gotta, no, you
If
gotta.
we have 0, can we take 6 from it?
No.
No,
The other number in front of it has to build it up. So you have to bring some
so
of
we're
that.
going to have to borrow
from
from
that
over
one.
here, right?
Make it a
And we
zero.
took that 1 and made it a 0, but now
Yep.
we brought that 1. We can't just forget about it and go off into
Nope.
space with it.
Mhm.
We're going to add it next to that 0. So now that's not a 0, it's actually a 10.
10.
So now let's say 10 minus 6.
Mhm.
Who can figure out what 10 minus
4.
6
4.
is?
Number 4.
4. Excellent.
Good job.
Now, remember, we don't have 1 in this area. We had a 0,
A
right?
0.
So now basically we have 0 minus 0. Is that 25?
Nope.
0 minus 0?
Zero.
What is it?
Zero.
0.
Oh, it's 0.
Zero.
Okay. I'm so glad I have you here to keep me straight.
Yep. You put it in
Zeros
front of
always
the
get
4.
me mixed up.
Yep. And then
Zero.
bring
So
down.
then, what am
bring
I
down your
missing?
decimal.
Right here, I just see the number 04.
Yep.
How do I make that into money value?
Dollar sign.
Put the
Bring down
decimal.
the decimal point. Yep.
What did I forget? Oh, I heard somebody say, bring that decimal down. Sure enough,
Yep.
I got to add my decimal.
Yeah.
So the answer to number 4 is 4 cents. An apple
Yep.
costs 4 cents more than a plum.
And
Good
screw.
job, guys. I'm glad you're hanging with me. All
I'm
right.
hanging.
You're putting it in?
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't hear everyone that well. So let's go to number 5.
It's right here.
Guys, ready? Listen up, okay?
It's great.
See if you can figure out this. It's got a couple steps. It says Frazier has the coins below. Can he buy an orange and a banana? Okay. How can we figure out if he can buy the orange and banana? Or like if we go to the store, how can we figure out if we can buy what we want? We have to know how
25
much money's in our wallet, right?
Yep.
Yes.
You got to know that. Yep.
Right?
And
So
then you're not-
he has 3 coins in his pocket. This dude named Frazier.
Yeah. Oh,
How much are his coins valued total? He's got 2
25
dimes and a
cents.
nickel.
it's right here.
25
25
cents.
cents.
25
He's curious. Who agrees with that? I do.
I do.
All right. So we know Frazier's got 25 cents in his pocket, right?
Yep.
And
25.
he's really interested to know if he has enough money to buy an orange and a banana.
In a form.
So let's add the total of the orange and banana together. How much is that? Well, the orange is 12 cents, right?
Mhm.
Right.
Right.
And the banana was it 75 cents?
No.
Oh,
15.
So how about if I add 12 cents and 15 cents? And then I can see how much that orange and banana will cost.
Yep.
So if I'm looking at this, I got to start to the right again, don't I? So my 2
Yep.
plus 5 is how much?
7.
2 plus
7.
5 is 7. And then 1 plus 1, 99?
2.
Oh, 2. Okay. Just seeing if it was-
That was two.
But you know what? That only says in a 27. I want to make that a number value of a coin, of money, of coins. What do I got to do, Ashley?
The decimal in front.
Excellent. I got to bring my decimal down and put it right in front of my cents. And the
Yes.
funny thing is, we don't see it,
No, we don't.
but there's $0 there.
Correct.
Yep.
$0.
Thanks.
Okay.
7.
Good. You're hanging in there, guys. Good job. So now let's think about this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So if he has 25 cents, right? We all
Yes.
agreed on that.
Yeah.
But an
Yeah.
orange and a banana cost 27 cents.
Yes.
Can he buy an orange and a banana for 25 or for 27 cents if all he's got is 25?
No.
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 No. So he'd have to make a choice, right? He'd have to say, hey, would I prefer to have a banana or an orange? You know, because he can't buy both. So that's the hard thing about money, but it's important to know how much money you have in your budget to spend
In your
or
wallet.
in your wallet, in your pocket. because if you go to the register and you don't have enough, you'll have to put things back, right?
Right.
Yep.
So it's important to kind of keep track. Sometimes even when I'm grocery shopping, I'll use a calculator just to keep track, like if I'm really tight on money.
Yeah, it's right here.
So calculators are a great tool, but they take some time. So we can kind of round things up in our head too at the store.
Yeah.
But whichever way, you guys are doing great, and I appreciate your attention, and you're paying attention so well.
Okay.
Number 6.
So what we put for number 5?
Bought 2 bananas and apple.
So the answer to number 5 is no.
No,
He
okay.
can't buy those
Yeah.
because the
Okay.
orange and the banana is 27 cents.
Yeah.
But he's only got 25.
It's
So he's
fine.
plumb out of luck, isn't he?
Yes.
He is short
So
2
then number
cents.
6. You guys ready for that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Okay, listen close. This one's tricky. Sally buys 2 bananas and an apple. How much money will it cost? All right, let's see. How much is 2 bananas and 1 apple gonna cost? Well, how much is a banana again?
15 cents.
I gotta do 2.15.
40 cents is
don't I?
right.
And then I gotta do an apple. How much was the apple?
10.
All right, I gotta do a 10. So I should have 3 values I'm adding.
3.
I'm adding 2 bananas at 15 cents each, and I'm adding 1
Uh,
apple at 10 cents.
there's only-
So I want to see what's that total. So
40
if I
cents.
say, if I'm starting to the right, 5 plus 5 is what?
Yeah,
And-
It's 10.
10 plus 0 is still 10, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to put my 0 down, and I'm going to bring my 1 up here. And now in this row, I have 1, 2, 3,
4.
4.
Oh, 4.
And just like everything, since we know we're dealing with money, we want to bring our decimal point. So that just means 40 cents.
40
And
cents.
put the 0
So
in front.
the
front
answer
of
for
it.
the first question on number 6 is 40 cents.
Number 6 right there?
40
Number
cents.
6.
How much?
Got it?
Gotcha.
Hey.
Now, let's have Jason tell us this one. So number 7, listen up. So Newton, he has 3 dimes. So let's figure out how much was a dime worth again. Let's let Jason do this one. He says 10 cents. I agree with him. So if he's got to add 3, what is his total going to be?
I'm not your pillow. 30 cents.
30 cents. I agree with him. Yeah.
Yep.
And he counted by tens, right? Because a dime's worth 10. So let's count by 10. Ready? 10, 20, 30. Yep, I sure agree with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not closing.
So let's look at the second part of number 7.
Yeah, great.
So we know the total of what Newton's got in his pocket, which was 30 cents, right? Now, I want us to figure out how much more money does he need to buy 3 oranges? Okay,
30 cents.
so we know he's got 30 cents. Well, we don't know how much 3 oranges are, though, so we don't know how much he's got to spend. Let's figure out how much 3 oranges are. Whoever
Yep.
can figure that out first, say it out loud and let me know.
36 cents.
So
36.
3 oranges are at 12
Yep.
cents each.
36 cents.
36 cents, absolutely.
Let's go, Carrie. Woo! Good.
She's a wild tiger on this map. She's good at it.
How many?
So it's 36
36
cents.
cents.
46 cents. Okay.
Yep. So it's 36 cents for 3 oranges, right? Let me erase
That's
the
right.
order. I want to show you one thing real quick.
Mm,
And they want to know how much more money she's going to need to buy 3 oranges. So obviously they're saying that 3 oranges cost more than what she has. So when we see how much more we're thinking difference. What is the difference in the numbers? So is that addition or subtraction?
Addition.
Addition to what
Addition.
they're
So we're
missing.
thinking of the difference. We're gonna
Yeah.
have to
Oh,
subtract.
subtract. Subtract it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So when we do subtraction, we usually put the bigger number on the top, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right on.
We figured out that 36 cents was the value of the 3 oranges, right?
Right.
Right
And we
on.
want to subtract how much Newton has in his pocket, which was how much?
10.
He had 3 dimes, so he had 30 cents in his pocket, right?
30.
So if we take the 36 cents and subtract the 30 cents he had in his pocket, we'll be able to figure out how much more money he's got to come up with to be able to buy those 3
Yeah.
oranges.
6 more
So what
cents.
is the difference between 36 and 30 cents?
6
What's the
cents.
difference? 6 cents, of course. Good
Oh.
job. I don't know who that was, but I sure heard you.
I think it was Jose.
So the answer to number 7 is that he needs 6 more cents to
Yep.
buy those
That's right.
oranges.
Right.
And sometimes I write my cent sign like that. I love to do my cents like that, which isn't decimal form, but it's fine. It's an acceptable form as well. It's good.
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're on the last one, guys. You're doing excellent. Now, number 8.
Number 8 right here.
Now, they're asking us some things. Let's see. We've got a few things to figure out in this question. Let's do it slowly. If I had 2 dimes, let's just figure out that. How much is 2 dimes worth?
10.
20 cents.
20.
Okay, let me write this
20.
down because I want to keep track of all my data, all my facts. So I've got 2 dimes, which Robert said is 20 cents. I'm going to put it in decimal, 0.20. Could I buy 3 plums with 20
Yes.
cents?
That's yes.
Jose says yes. Let's see
Yes.
if Jose is correct. How much is a plum?
Each one is 6 cents.
How much was the plum?
6.
6 cents each.
6 cents.
6.
And they wanted us to buy 3, right?
Right.
So if we added 0.06 plus 0.06 plus 0.06, which is the decimal form of 6 cents,
Yep.
we would count up, if we know how to count by 6s, we could say 6, 12, 18.
18.
18.
26.
31.
So 18 cents is how much 3 plums would cost.
Right.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
And if you've only got 20 cents,
Sorry.
Yep.
you
got
do
enough.
have enough, don't you? Because
Yep.
Yeah.
20 is more than 18.
Yes.
So just like we said, when we go up to the cashier in the store, we hope that we have more money than what it costs for what we want to buy,
Right.
so that we can purchase our items. So this gentleman had enough.
Yeah, you did.
And
Yep.
then the last part of number 8 says, how much money will I have left?
Yes.
So let's say I had 2 dimes, right? I had 20 cents in my pocket.
Yep.
I went ahead and I bought that plum, or the 3 plums, excuse me. And so I have to take subtraction again. I have to subtract 18 cents from 20 cents. So for
To
this
make
one,
that-
let's do it different. Remember how I said there's lots of different ways to figure math out? So if we're subtracting, we can start with the smaller number and count up until we get to the bigger number, and then we'll know the difference. So let's do that. Let's start with 18 because it's a smaller number, and count up to 20 to see the difference.
Yeah.
So we're at 18, so we're
Yep.
going to go 19, 20. So the difference is what?
2.
2 cents.
2 cents, right? Good job, Jason. 2 cents. So you'd have 2 cents left over. Good job, you guys.
2 cents.
Yeah, so the bottom question is 2 cents. You
Okay.
have 2 cents left.
2
Okay.
cents.
Okay.
2 is right. See? There's only 2 fingers, right? There's
It
2.
was only 2, yep. So we'll quickly do one more worksheet and then we'll let you go, okay?
You was really-
So now she's gonna put up the money math word problem.
Yeah, right there.
Oh,
Yeah,
Robert's got it.
he's got it. I got mine. You heard mine.
And we're not gonna do all of them, we'll just do the first two,
You got the first two.
okay?
This one right here?
Yeah, so it looks like this.
Yeah, I got that.
There now? There now.
I don't know where Ashley went.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry, I really can't hear you. Say it again.
I said, I don't know where Ashley went.
I'm not sure either.
I don't know.
So Carrie, do you have a piece of paper by you?
I just do.
Yeah.
Okay, so take notes, all right? I'm gonna tell you some stuff. Ready?
Okay.
You got a pen?
I got
Okay.
a pencil.
Oh, she got it up now.
Okay.
money,
Oh, there it
All right,
goes.
I'm still here, guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the money math word problems. So
What's up,
Carrie, could you read number 1 to us, please?
Timmy has
listen to
$10 from his monthly allowance to spend on a new toy. He goes to the store and picks out a new toy car for $5.47. How much does Tommy have left over?
Nice reading. So as we listen to what Carrie said, as she read that, how do you folks think we'd set up this problem? What goes in the top area there?
The big numbers.
How
What
much
he has in
Timmy
his
had in his pocket, right, from his
That's right.
allowance?
Yeah.
We put $10 in the top one,
Mm-hmm.
and then what's
Yep.
happening? Are we adding or subtracting?
Subtracting.
Subtracting what he's buying.
Yes.
Yeah.
We always want to look at our symbol there to see what's going on.
That's right.
So what are we subtracting?
The toy he's buying.
10.
Good job, Jose. Jose says the toy he bought, the toy car
Yeah.
for $5.47, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So we
Yes,
have the 10 in the top, and then we're going to subtract the 547. And that will give us what he has left over.
That's right.
Does anybody have a calculator?
I do.
I
I
don't.
did it in my head.
So, but if you do have a calculator at home at some point, you can practice these with a calculator because it's really good to practice putting things into the calculator. So I just wanted to mention quickly, if I'm using my calculator and I want to put in $10.50, what am I going to enter?
One of the plus one.
I would enter the 1 and 0 for my $10, right?
Mhm.
And when you hear that word "and," that's our decimal point. So a calculator has a decimal point as well.
But
So we're going to put the decimal point and then the change. So I did mine with the calculator on this one, and it came up to 453.
yeah.
Yep.
And the reason I chose to use a calculator, we could have done it by hand, was because look at all the zeros in that $10. I don't know if you can see where I wrote my $10. I'm trying to get it over.
It's right here.
There you go.
That would be a lot to have to borrow over, but you could do it. You would have to borrow because if you had 0 and you took away 7, you can't do that, right?
No.
Okay. So mostly I wanted you to see about how to set these up. So let's have someone else read number 2. Can we have Jose read number 2?
Yep, no problem. Okay. Let's see, number 2. Carrie got $20 for her birthday this year. She also has $7 from her allowance. Carrie is saving up to buy a new dress for $32. How much more money does she need? So we need to set up
Good job.
what she has and then to see how much she needs to add to that so that she can buy the dress.
Yeah, exactly right. So Jose was letting us know that when we think about all the information, that's a lot of information he just read to us, right?
Yeah.
Let's
Right.
break it down.
Yeah.
Well, Carrie, she got $20 for her birthday. So we're gonna put that
Yeah.
in the top spot on the left side up there.
Yeah. On the right side.
And then we said she also has $7 from her allowance.
Allowance.
If
Yeah.
we're wanting to know the total amount that she has available to spend, are we gonna add or subtract that $7 to the 20?
It has to be added. It's money that she has. Yep.
$27.
Yeah, so we're gonna add the 20 plus the 7. So Carrie's got 27 bucks, okay? So let's remember that. She
Mhm.
wants to buy a new dress for 32 bucks, right?
Yeah.
That's too much money.
Yeah, good observation. She doesn't have 32. She only has
You don't
27.
have that much
27
money.
is less than 32.
Yeah, 20 is very
Yeah.
And what we need to help Carrie figure out is how much more money does she need to buy that $32 dress? When we hear those words, how much
How
more,
much more?
are we adding or subtracting?
Eddie.
I think we're adding it.
Subtracting, because we're wanting to find the
Subtracting, yeah.
difference, right?
The difference.
Yeah.
Right.
So if we put 32 on the top,
Yeah, on top.
I'm gonna write it on this one. Let me just erase this guy real quick here. Because 32 is bigger, is the bigger value, right? $32.
Yep.
And then are we gonna add or subtract the $27 that she has?
Yeah.
Subtract.
We're gonna subtract, good job.
Subtract,
Because we
yeah.
wanna find out how much more money she's gotta save up,
difference.
right?
Right.
So $32 minus $27. That's our problem we gotta figure out. Well, gosh, this is easy. Look over here, folks. Zeros. We have no coins. Well, let's just bring down both those zeros right now.
Yep.
Know that our coin value is going to be 0. And I'm going to go ahead and bring down my decimal point right now so I don't forget that I'm separating my dollars from my cents and I'm dealing with money.
Right.
So up here, I see a 2 and they're telling me to take away 7. How can I do that?
You gotta borrow from
I've
the.
only got 2. How am I going to take away
You
7?
gotta borrow from the 3. Make
Can
that.
somebody give me a solution?
You gotta borrow from the 3. Make that a 2, and then make the 12. The 2 a 12.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're going to borrow from this Mr. 3 over here, right? So Mr. 3 is going to go down 1 to become a 2 now.
Mm-hmm.
But we cannot forget about that one we borrowed. It's going to come right by this 2, and it now is a 12.
Yep.
Finally, we've got something we can work with, right? Because 12 is bigger than 7. It's larger value. So what is 12 minus 7?
5.
Good job. It's 5. So if you don't know, one way with subtraction is you can start with the smaller number and count up to the bigger number. Let's try it. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sure enough, Miss Carrie's right. It's 5. All right, let me write it down. And then in this last section, we have 2 minus 2. Is that 100?
No.
No.
2
No.
minus 2?
Mm,
What's 2 minus 2?
nothing.
Nothing.
0.
Oh,
Nothing.
it's 0.
Whippo, whippo.
So really how much more money does she have to save up to get that dress?
$5 more.
$5 more.
5 more.
Yeah, she's got to save up 5 more bucks, doesn't she?
$3 bucks
job,
if
you
you want
guys.
to get that
I
dress.
won't put you through having to do all of them, but I encourage you to look at them, and just as you're out and about in life, think about how much money you have with you, what you'd like to save for, and what you'd like to spend, and then you can make a budget. I know we've done that in class a lot of times to make sure that, well, let's say we only had like $5 left, but we needed to buy a bus pass, right? Because we had to get to work the next day.
Yeah.
Would we take our last $5 and buy a Slurpee and a candy
No.
bar?
No.
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 No, because we really need to get that bus pass, right?
Yes.
So just knowing the values and of what money we have is important in our life.
Mhm. And it's
So I really appreciate you folks today.
I see you in the
And I think you're all wonderful. I can't wait to see you folks in person.
more.
True.
And you always amaze me every time I'm around you guys. So can't wait to see you. And thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Take care.
Cool.
Thank you,
Ciao
Kate.
for now.
Bye.
Bye.
Adios.
Adios.
Yeah.